channel. It has been a while since I posted a video in this channel, but today I want to come in with a new topic altogether, and I will be talking about depression. And if it's your first time in this channel, I want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel and also like and share with other friends or other people so that they may also benefit from what we learn in this channel. The aim of this channel is just to look at some of the health or mental health issues that affect us in our day-to-day lives and how we can understand what they are, and also try to see and to look at ways that we can use to overcome some of these challenges or navigate through some of these challenges when they come into our lives, and also how we can prevent some of these challenges from coming into our lives. When I talk about depression, I want today just to lay a foundation, as I earlier said, by defining what it is and trying to make us understand when somebody talks about depression, what do they really mean. Depression is a mood disorder that causes what we call a persistent sadness, or also a persistent loss of interest in the things that we normally would like doing, or activities that we love participating in. So somebody loses their interest in those things that previously he or she used to like them. And when I talk about sadness, it's not just a one-day sadness. This is a persistent kind of sadness, a sadness that stays with us or with a person for a long time. And also lack of interest, not just in one day or in just one activity, but this person find him or herself that he doesn't or she doesn't have interest on all or most of the activities for a long period of time. So when you feel sad today, you can't say, okay, I'm depressed. No, but if that thing persists or stays with you for a very long period of time, or you lose interest, or you lack interest in certain things or most of the things for a long period of time, then there's a higher possibility that maybe you're experiencing this condition that we call depression. So depression affects how we feel. Our feelings are affected by depression. How we think, our thinking also is affected by depression. How we behave, our behaviors also are affected by depression, and therefore this leads to emotional and also physical problems. And as we continue talking about depression, we'll be able to learn how what are some of these conditions, what are some of these problems that we face when we are depressed or when we are going through depression in our lives. And therefore this condition, or when somebody is depressed, then this person will have trouble or will have a problem of doing their normal day-to-day activities. And even sometimes somebody will not see the meaning of life. Somebody will not see the worthiness of living, the importance, the significance of being alive. Somebody loses that. It doesn't see meaning to life anymore. So what are some of the symptoms? I want to enumerate a few of them, and then we'll pick from there in our next video. So the first symptom that I want to point at, I think from the definition, it's clear that somebody will feel sadness. Somebody will be sad. And it's not just sadness of one day, as I said, but a persistent kind of sadness. Somebody feels so sad. And sometimes even this sadness is not connected to anything. That is, there is no trigger to that. Somebody is sad, but even they don't know why they are sad. So there's that sadness, the inner sadness that prolongs, takes a period of time. So somebody will be in that state for a long time. Along with sadness, somebody will have what we call tearfulness. This person will feel like crying, like feels, sometimes even cries, and usually they cannot explain why they are crying. I don't mean that crying for 1 day or 2 days is a problem. For example, if somebody has lost their loved ones or their friends, then they will have that sadness and cry. But I mean a lengthy kind of crying. Somebody will cry for a period of time, a long time. It's not something that comes and goes away, but this thing is persistent. One also feels emptiness in him or her. He feels that he's empty inside. There's a vacuum inside that needs to be filled. So one feels that emptiness in them. And then the other thing that will come along that those lines is hopelessness. Somebody lacks hope. He doesn't see any future. No, he can't think about anything good coming. So the future looks just bleak. There's like no future. It is just empty. It's just like no hope in one's life. The second symptom that comes with depression is one becomes angry or has or gets what we call angry outbursts. Somebody just become angry just from nowhere, and he has those anger outbursts, shouting because of anger, and it's not something of 1 day. It's something that persists, something that takes a long time, something that stays with a person for quite a long time. Irritability, frustration, and all this might even come even over just small things, small matters. Something small has just happened, and then somebody gets an outburst, gets angry, shouting and crying and doing all sort of things. Maybe a child was passing, and then by accident he hits a glass and the glass breaks. So if it's the mom or the dad, that person becomes angry and gets outburst to the kid or the child, will shout to the child or do show those outburst, anger outburst, just out of small things. Or maybe mom or dad was preparing tea on the gas, and then the tea flows over the pan, and then this anger comes out, that outburst comes out, and it's not just for a day, something that is for a long time, and also that brings frustration. This person gets frustrated just out of small things. The third symptom is loss of interest or pleasure in most or all normal activities. Somebody loses interest or pleasure. He doesn't find any joy in doing anything, even the things that he or she used to enjoy, used to like. So this person loses all the interests in the normal activities, the day-to-day activities, maybe the hobbies that somebody used to like, maybe sports, maybe a relationship. So this person loses interest, loses pleasure. He doesn't find joy. There's no joy in anything. Everything looks bad for him. Everything looks not interesting. When people are going to watch sport, and he used to like sport, he or she will not want to go there. And even if she goes there, she will not show any interest in what is happening. So she loses interest in the normal things. The other thing is that this person's sleep will be disturbed, sleep disturbances, insomnia, that is lack of sleep, or oversleeping. So this person's sleep is disrupted. So either this person will not get any sleep at night, stay there all night, not for one night, but for a lengthy of days. For many days, this person doesn't get sleep. Even if she gets some sleep pills or whatever, still he or she cannot sleep. And this takes a while, takes a long time. Or this person oversleeps. That is, even after going to bed early, still he or she sleeps late. And if it's somebody who goes to work, you can imagine that. He will be late at work every day or late at school every day because of the depression that is causing this. There's also the issue of tiredness and lack of energy. One just feels tired even after doing nothing, feels without energy, not ready to do even small tasks that he or she used to do. It becomes so hard for this person to do that. So she feels, or he feels tired every time. He feels like lazy, not ready. His body cannot do things that are even easy to be done. There can also be reduced appetite. And when you talk about reduced appetite, then there will be also loss in weight. Somebody will lose weight even when they're not planning to lose weight. So they just start losing weight of all of a sudden without them planning to do that. So even the foods that this person used to like, he or she does not have interest in those foods anymore, no appetite of eating. Or it might be the other way around, that this depression might increase cravings for food, wanting to eat and eat and eat without an end. You feel like I eat this, and then again you want to eat again, you want to eat again, or eat different kinds of foods. And you can imagine the outcome of that. That is, this person will increase weight, will become start gaining weight. So somebody might look healthy with a good body, but still they have what you call depression. Another symptom is anxiety, agitation, and restlessness. Somebody gets anxious, becomes anxious, agitated, that is, with anything that happens. When something happens, this person feels agitated, feels restlessness. The person cannot content themselves. They cannot control themselves. They're anxious. They're afraid. They were worried. They're always thinking about things and agitating. This feel that's agitation, feeling angry and getting agitated easily. Another symptom is slow thinking. A person will not be able to think quick or fast. It takes a while for somebody to think about something. If he's asked a question, they're not able to respond to the question immediately. So it takes time for this person to think. It takes long for this person to think. And not only to think, but also to speak. The person cannot just speak straight away. It takes long for them to speak, or even body movement. They're not able to, like, if you tell them stand up, it takes a while for this person to get out of the chair that they are sitting on. Or if you call them come here, it takes long for this person even to move from one point to the other point. So it is slow in thinking, slow in speaking, and even body movement. There's also the feeling of worthlessness. Somebody feels they are unworthy. They feel they are not worth even to live. They don't see any benefit of them being alive. They don't value their lives anymore. They don't see any goodness in their lives, and therefore that makes them also guilty of themselves. They don't see why they are who they are, so they lack the worthness, the goodness of who they are. So they don't value themselves, so they think they are valueless. And getting guilty, they have said, they may stay on their past failures, thinking about where they failed. Maybe there are things that they did not do so well, they didn't perform so well. Maybe there are some things that happened in their lives in the past, and they think that they're the ones who caused that. So they have what we call self-blame, blaming themselves that I am the one who caused this. Maybe this person, think about one time they were driving, then they hit somebody, and then somebody died. So they think about that all their lives, that, okay, I caused that. And they point fingers to themselves, self-blaming. And then the other symptom is trouble thinking. They're not able to think straight, make decisions, act in the way that is they are supposed to. Or even in concentrating, they cannot concentrate. If they're in class as students, they're not able to concentrate in class. If it's a mom cooking or a dad cooking or doing laundry or whatever, they are not able to concentrate. So their mind is just everywhere. So they cannot bring their minds together. They cannot concentrate. And also cannot remember things that they did. Another symptom is frequent or recurrent thoughts of death. They think about death, about suicide, killing themselves. Those thoughts are in their minds, although sometimes they don't have a plan of committing a suicide, but still that thing is with them. But also sometimes they attempt to do suicide, to commit suicide. They attempt to kill themselves. And then the last symptom that I want to point here is the unexplained physical problems. They develop some physical problems that they cannot even explain. Even if they go to the doctor and the doctor does all the tests, he cannot pinpoint where this problem is coming from. They cannot know the reason, the point from which this problem is coming from. For example, they'll have a back pain, or maybe they will have headaches, or maybe stomach pains that they cannot even explain, or neck pains, or maybe the knees, and everywhere the body is just painful, but they cannot explain where that is coming from. So I want to stop there for today and say that that is in a nutshell what depression is about. I just did the introduction, but we'll go deep now and look at how does that affect us? How does that affect one's life? And also look at ways that will be able to deal with depression in our lives. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be assured of following or watching the coming video, because we'll be going now deep into talking, getting facts about what this depression is and how it affects us in our day-to-day living. Thank you for watching this. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.